Okay, so first of all, what is n comma? You are saying a boolean, whether parent is taken or not. So, what does this return? What does the return value signify?
The maximum cost from that state.
The same problem.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, he told the solution. I will tell it again for clarity. I'll tell it in a little different way. So, the state will be n comma can take denotes that n is a node. Okay, node comma can take denotes that you are at this current node, and can take denote whether you have the choice of taking this node or not. So yeah, so basically node comma can take, if can take is 1, then you may or may not take it. If can take is 0, then you surely cannot take it. So it will be like dp node of 0 will be equal to dp of child 1 of 1 plus dot 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 plus dp of child k of 1. I mean, if you, okay, the important observation is basically if you only the tree edges you have to care about. So basically if you take a node, it only denotes that all its immediate children cannot be taken. So okay, 0 denotes that you must not take this node, so you have the option of taking all the children. So since you can take the children, you pass a 1 with it, so it is equal to dp of child 1 of 1 plus dp of child 2 of 1 plus so on up to dp of child k of 1. So you can this will again, okay, I'll write the recurrence for dp of node of 1 also. dp of node of 1 denotes that I have an option of taking this node, so I may or may not take this node. First, if I do not take this node, then it's equal to dp of node of 0. Correct? It is equivalent to I cannot take this node, or I am surely going to take this node, in which case I will add 1 to the answer, and I will say it is dp of child 1 of 0 plus dot 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 plus dp of child k of 0. Is everyone clear with this? Okay, okay, so I'll explain again. First of all, the number of independencies. Let's analyze the problem more. So maximum number of independent sets, so that essentially means that if you have a node, okay, we'll just enumerate all possible combinations. Okay, so if you take this node, if I take this node, then I surely cannot take any of these nodes, because if I take this node and take this node also, then the set will not be an independent set from now on. So basically it means if I take this node, I rule out all its immediate children, but I can take their children. Correct? I cannot take this children, but I can take its child. So if I take this, I cannot take this, so I'll pass dp of child 1 comma 0. So dp of node of 1, if I take it, I'll pass it to dp of child 1 of 0 plus dp of child 2 of 0 plus so on up to dp of child k of 0.
Plus 1 over there.
Plus 1 is because I am taking this. I am taking this, correct?
And we have to add the value of that node.
Yeah, cost, sorry, it's not a 1, it's a CF node. Cost of the node plus I cannot take all his children, or I need not take the children, this node, in which case it reduces to dp of node of 0. Node of 0 denotes I cannot take this node. Or of course I can again call it to child 1 of 1 plus child 2 of 1, but assume you complete this first and then complete this, so this can be done. Okay, so think about another question. They are given n boxes and there are a total of C candies. you have to distribute the C candies into these n boxes. All the C candies must be distributed into these n boxes. Find the number of ways of distributing. The only condition is on box I, the number of candies you assign to that box must be a multiple of Ri. Okay, the input is n followed by R1, R2, so on to Rn, and C. So input is Cn followed by R1, R2, so on to Rn. Find the number of ways of distributing candies into the boxes, so that in box I, the number of candies you put in that box must be a multiple of Ri. So as an example, say, okay, you keep thinking, I'll give an example. Okay, suppose, say, as an example, C is 21, N is 3, and R is the array 2, 3 and 7. Then one way of assigning is, I can assign 4 candies to box 1, since 4 is a multiple of 2. I can assign, I can assign 3 candies to box 2, since 3 is a multiple of 3. And I can assign 14 candies to box 3, since 14 is a multiple of 7. So this is one possible way. Count the number of possible ways.
Can a box have 0?
Yeah, I mean, assume whatever you want. Yeah, you can have 0. I mean, the solution expected is dynamic program. Sorry.
The state can be the box I am at and the number of candies left.
Yeah, okay, so, okay, you also tell.
The state can be pose, comma, number of candies left, position.
Yeah, both of your solution is the same. So the state is the position you are at, the box you are at, comma, the number of candies left. Okay, so assume you are at position I and you have C candies left. Check the base cases. If I is n, then return C equal to 0. That is if you have gone past the last box and if still C is not equal to 0, then you have to, it's a error case, that is you have to return 0. Otherwise, in box I, you can either assign 0 candies or Ri candies or 2 into Ri candies or so on up till how many ever candies is possible, and then so call the recursion. I mean, okay, the recursion will be something like dp of I of C will be equal to dp of I plus 1 of C plus dp of I plus 1 of C minus Ri plus dp of I plus 1 of, oh, it's given there, okay. Yeah, so that is basically the recurrence. So you can solve it from I equal to n and extrapolate it to, that is, apply this recurrence. You are given a tree and you are given the number of candies, you are given a total of C candies. How many ways are there of distributing the C candies into the nodes of the tree? I'll give an example. You have to distribute some 15 candies totally into the nodes of the tree. One possible way of assigning is, say, distribute 3 candies here, 2 candies here, 1, 3, 6, 7, 9, no, 3, 2, 1. So this is one of the valid arrangements possible, because the sum of all the, you can have, okay, assume you can also have 0, 0, 2. So the total number of candies is this thing. The tree doesn't even matter here. You can just have it as a linear array, and it is the previous problem without the Ri constraint. In fact, you can have a choose solution also. Something choose something. N plus C minus 1 choose C minus 1 or some solution you can have, but okay. So yeah, okay, but this is, I will tell by some other method which will be useful for other problems also. So okay, I mean this is this will be useful for many of the tree DB problems. So let G comma node, okay, the state is G comma node comma index, G of node comma index comma C. I'll tell you what the state means. That means you are at the current node which is the indexed, it is the indexed child of the parent. That is, for example, this is the first child of the parent, this is the second child of the parent, and this is the third child of the parent. So index denote the child number of, that is it, what child it is. So let g of node comma index comma c denote the number of ways of distributing C candies into the subtrees of. So for example, for this case, node comma index comma tree will denote the number of ways of distributing candies for this subtree and this subtree. That is for all subtrees to the right of that with that parent, in the hierarchy of that, and to the right of that. That is given by node comma index comma c. So what you can do, you will allocate, that is g of node comma index comma c is, you will allocate I candies to this root, and it will be g of node comma idx plus 1 of c minus i. You will have c minus i candies left for this subtree into f of node comma this node comma its child comma I, child of idx comma I. That is, basically put I candies in node dot child of idx and the remaining c minus I in the remaining nodes. Is this okay? Okay, so I'll define g of node comma index comma c again. It denotes that the current node you are in, but that is not sufficient to get the state. It also, that is, you understand why just the current node cannot define the state, right? Current node comma c cannot define the state.
Actually, we are thinking of a different problem for this thing, but we ended up taking up a very different problem. The thing is that if you can understand what is the concept behind this problem, you can go and try a problem by name of greedy header, right?
Dragon.
Problem code is Dragon on Swatch. It is a very hard problem. We normally won't expect you to solve the problem, but if you solve it, then it's a bonus. So it's a little trivial. Probably we can have a modification to this problem.
Yeah.
The problem says you're given a tree, again a tree. You have a weightage associated with every node. So let's say Wi denotes what is the weight of node I. Now you have to choose a connected subset of this tree so that the connected subset contains exactly k nodes and the weight of the subtree maximized. The input contains description of a tree. You guys know what a tree is, right? So the tree contains n nodes. You're given a number k and you're given an array of size n. Let's say this array is named W. Here Wi denotes weight of node I. Okay? Now you have to choose a connected subtree from this tree so that the size of the subtree is k and the weight of the subtree is maximized. So you have to report what is the weight of the maximum subtree of size k. Now is the problem clear? Is this the Amritapuri process?
Yes. Last problem of previous Amritapuri region.
So this is the last problem of previous Amritapuri region.